Fuck.
There we go. Welcome to Two Guys and a Mic podcast. We had a little technical glitch. It wouldn't come off the logo where Mike and I are sitting here looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on?
My arm's getting tired from playing those drums that long.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Good song.
So welcome to Two Guys and a Mic podcast. I'm your host, Jason Thompson, and this is my illustrious co-host.
It's Michael Vincent here.
We're coming to you from an undisclosed location in upstate New York. Thank you for being here with us. You could be anywhere you want to be, and here you are. So we kind of want to touch back and loop back around on what happened over the weekend with the Trump assassination attempt. You know, I know it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, and we just wanted to give you guys our thoughts a little more in depth than we would normally go through, because for me, anyways, it's my parents lived through it with Reagan, and this is kind of like our moment.
Yeah, I remember that well.
Oh yeah, you would actually.
I am that old.
Well, I mean, I was
Reagan being the first president I ever voted for.
Correct. You said that.
I did.
I do remember seeing it in the news. Unfortunately,
That I voted for Reagan?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know you're that old.
It's very noteworthy.
That you voted for Reagan, or the fact that it was attempted assassination?
Both.
Okay. Wow, you are on fire tonight.
I am.
What is up with you? Are you taking your Vicodin?
That must be it.
Holy crap.
Okay.
What DEI for you. So anyways, like I was saying, I remember Ronald Reagan being shot, but I was young, much younger than you. Wasn't impactful, really. This, on the other hand, I mean, I can tell you exactly where I was when I heard the news. I think I called you right away.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. It's crazy that it played out the way it did. You know, and you sit there and you don't want to be a conspiracy theorist about it, but you really can't help but be a conspiracy theorist.
Inside job.
Oh, yeah. When the job of the Secret Service is to make sure that the president or whoever they're watching, ex-president, is safe, they have protocol they follow, and they obviously didn't follow it.
I mean, the guy got within, what did they say, 140 yards?
Yeah. Yep.
Of the president, sitting on the roof of a building. Yeah. The snipers are looking at him.
Yeah.
And nobody does anything for 26 minutes?
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And a trooper climbs up a ladder and sees him, and he has a gun pointed at him, so he drops back down the ladder.
Now, to me, you would think if he calls that in, why wouldn't they have taken him out right there and then?
Exactly.
Boom.
Well, why wouldn't the trooper take him out?
Well, the trooper didn't have
draw his weapon and go right back up and do it.
Well,
this is the president of the United States, or the ex-president of the United States, that is on the stage.
I think, unfortunately, Mike, we live in a society that, one, nobody wants to get involved in case there is litigation because of it.
Because everybody's sue happy.
Yep. And, we all look for orders. Yeah. That sniper waited 26 minutes before somebody finally said, take him out. And that was him firing the first shot.
Yeah.
As from what I hear, he was fired.
Oh, the sniper that took him out was fired? Because he took him out without consent?
Correct.
It was my understanding, listening to a lot of these, because, I mean, you've had all of these military snipers being interviewed on everybody's podcast. And the majority of them are saying that if you have that position, you don't need authorization to take somebody out, because this is part of your job. So I think it would be highly unlikely that you would have to have somebody's permission to do your job. Unless
look at the world we live in today.
Yeah.
Rules of engagement. Shoot at first before you can shoot. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the DEI mentality is rampant in all of our government.
Yeah.
And I think with the diversity inclusion mentality comes along the second guessing of everything, because you don't want to get sued, you don't want to look bad, you don't want to seem like the aggressor, and I think all that undermines security.
Yeah, you think you got a point with that?
course I have a point. It makes sense.
Of course it does.
The Democrats, anything they do makes sense?
Not really.
Especially when it comes to Donald Trump. I mean, they are taking news shows off the air in case they say bad things. The Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough
Yeah.
was taken off the air that Monday
He
morning.
wasn't allowed to
because
broadcast.
they were afraid that they could not help themselves from saying something stupid.
Right.
What is wrong with these Democrats?
Well, they're doing everything that they were trained to do. That's the problem. They've been given free reign to say what they want and do what they want.
That was weird. So for all of you who don't know, our computer decided to take a dirt nap. And you can see it live right now.
Here you go.
What's going on over there?
I'm installing the thing that you guys need.
Okay.
But you do realize that they can see that, right? Welcome to live programming.
I did not know that.
You gotta use the screen above your head.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, you know what? It is what it is. So the shooter actually had an AR-15, and it belonged to his father. That was one of the things that came out. So of course it's going to be an AR-15.
Yeah.
You know, because it couldn't be anything else. They also know that the shooter was on the roof for over 26 minutes, and nothing was done. Various camera angles and pictures and sightings were relayed to law enforcement long before any action was taking place.
I know everybody is walking around in the crowd seeing him, yelling about it, filming each other with their cameras saying, look, there's somebody up on the roof, and nothing's done about it.
Yeah. And the whole thing smells fishy.
Yeah.
It smells totally fishy. You know, why did, I watched Trump walking into the RNC convention on Monday night, or Tuesday night, excuse me. And think what, try to put a human face and feeling to the man. I know we all like to think, Donald Trump, and the Democrats absolutely hate the man, and the never-Trumpers hate him for no particular reason. Think if you're Donald Trump, and here are people that hate you so much, they're willing to shoot you dead.
Yeah.
And they don't even know you. Think that psychologically how that's got to affect you. I mean, I don't like when I'm mad at when one of my friends is mad at me.
Yeah.
Or I upset somebody, and yet here are people that are willing to kill him, and they don't even know the man.
Oh, you're right.
How that's got to affect anybody for that matter, psychologically, to think that somebody hates you so much and he's never even had a word with you before.
Yeah. No, because they believe everything that's told to them.
I don't like Joe Biden. I don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
But I don't like him because of his policies. I would never want any harm to come to him.
Yeah, I don't wish him dead.
Yeah, I think
I just wish him to be out of the White House.
Yeah, I mean, if I walked down the street and I saw him, I'd probably say, hello, Mr. President. Probably shake his hand. Not that he wanted to shake mine.
He'd look over his shoulder and say, you talking to me?
And he'd probably fart in front of me or whatever and take a dump in his pants. But, I don't wish him ill.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be hurt. Same thing with Barack Obama. I didn't like anything that guy did. But he's a dad. He's a husband. Or a wife.
Yeah.
Michael.
All depends
Michael
on
Obama.
Big Michael Berry.
Probably was the man. But be that as it may, I would never want anything to happen to him.
Right.
Bill Clinton. I didn't like him as a person. As a president, seemed like a pretty decent guy to go have McDonald's with. But I would not want something to physically harm the man. One, it's bad for our country. Two, it's bad for continuity of government. Three, it's somebody losing a family member.
Yeah.
And yet, these people are vile in their vitriol, the way they speak today about Donald Trump.
Oh, completely. You you wonder the mindset. How did we get here? You know, even when Barack Obama was in there, none of us liked his policies, but it never rose to the level of wanting to take him out.
No, actually, a lot of people thought he was going to be.
Well, we did
you know,
say to begin with, we thought some rednecks were going to come up and take him out.
Well, why do you have to blame the rednecks? You could have said just some extremists.
Well, just speaking my mind.
Unbelievable.
You got an issue with that?
Yeah, because I'm a redneck.
You're from Canada and you live in upstate New York.
Listen,
you're a redneck.
Do you want me to put on my Canadian tuxedo? I'll put on my full denim jacket and
That's
everything.
Funny. I want to be a redneck. I really do.
That wasn't funny.
I'm still chuckling inside.
Yeah, sure you are. So, another thing that I thought was kind of weird was that a lot of people, they did a man on the street interview today at the RNC in Milwaukee, and a guy was walking around and was asking people who were protesting if they thought the shooting was staged. And it was incredible how many people thought it was staged.
I saw that. Like the man on the street interview stopping people and asking them about it.
It was crazy.
Yeah. How could anybody think that was staged?
This one guy, the reporter says to this one guy, you realize that 2 people died and there was somebody in critical condition. Oh, that means nothing to Donald Trump. Those are just people that can die for his cause. Well,
Right.
what are you drinking?
Well, which means that they listened to somebody else earlier in the day that gave them that thought.
Rachel Madcow?
Maybe. Did she say that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just
okay.
don't like her either.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to push her down the stairs.
You don't wish ill on anybody except for...
Rachel Madcow.
Okay.
I don't like her at all. I don't like her at all.
Ouch.
Oh my God.
Gotcha.
She's a vile, and who's the other one on
Nancy
on
Pelosi.
No.
She's vile also.
Yeah, well, she is. But who's the other one that's on MSNBC there?
I don't know. I don't watch that stuff.
She just made the news
want
because she
that
was really
polluting my
nasty
head.
in her comments this morning about Donald Trump. Well, anyways, God's not here to tell us today. But I don't understand. I don't understand the whole philosophy of wishing other people. I mean, I say it in joke that I would want Rachel Maddow to be hurt. Of course, I would not. But it's just whatever.
Yeah. It made you feel good for a minute.
I felt like Donald.
You thought about it. It happened in your mind, and now it's over with. Now you're like, oh, shit, that was wrong.
Whatever. Anyways,
Okay.
that was my Joe Biden impersonation.
With that brief moment of silence.
Anyway.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Anyway. The other thing too. What was your thought on the JD Vance? You were quite enamored with him today.
Yeah, well, I researched him. I went and went on to Al Gore's internet, and I took a look at...
Thank God he invented that.
You know, I was thinking the same thing, because it couldn't have been the military. It had to be Al Gore. I didn't know enough about him, so I figured I better educate myself.
Do you know what I remember Al Gore for the most?
What's that?
He betrayed this country! And he was yelling about George W. Bush. And he was like screaming at the DNC. He betrayed this country. What the hell did he say? Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways,
okay, Joe. Sorry, Joe.
never mind. These are all my Joe Biden impersonations, by the way. I have a whole list.
Do you have more?
Well, you guys don't think I actually have a list of Joe Biden impersonation comments. So
You want to hit me with another one?
no, not right yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll say.
Got to find the right time.
Yeah, well, yeah. The whole point of good humor is good timing.
Okay.
You know.
So, on,
JD Vance.
JD Vance. Didn't realize he was this self-made billionaire.
Yep. He. We were talking about it off air. He graduated high school poor.
Yep.
Lived with his grandparents who had a tumultuous relationship. Abusive in many ways, some could say, not to him, but to each other. As right out of high school, he joined the military, and when he came out of the military, I believe he went to Yale Yale University Law School, and from that point, built a reputation in the business to make quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Really strong family values and really the American dream kind of life.
Yeah. Well, that's what we need are strong family values. That's what one of the problems in this country is the nuclear family is falling apart.
Well, that's actually one of the things that the heifers on The View, anyways.
The heifers.
So they were saying that they were making fun of the fact that in his book, he mentioned how he didn't point out which one, but one of his grandparents tried to kill the other.
Okay.
And but he felt that it was important for them to remain together. And because he believes in strong family values, because he attributes a lot of his successes to the fact that he came from a man and woman household.
Okay.
And not a single mom or a single grandparent at this point. And they're really chastising him at the fact that he wants the woman to stay in an abusive relationship just for the continuity of the marriage. No, he was more promoting the fact that they stayed together and worked it out and made it work, which is what they did in those days. That's why we had stronger family values. That's why we had a more gentle society, so to speak, because there was a strong man and a strong woman raising your kid. And that's, don't get me wrong, you're somewhat of a single dad, but it does take the mom to soften the harshness of the man.
Absolutely.
It takes the man's harshness to harden the softness of the mom.
Yeah.
You can't have just one without the other, because you need the discipline.
Yeah.
I'm much harder on my kids than my wife ever thought of being, but she's the one that they go to be nurtured, not their dad.
Right.
But the heifers in The View were all over him because of that, because of his view on family and traditional family values.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So back to Vance.
Well, we were talking about Vance.
Yeah, that's where we kind of deviated from.
That was still Vance.
Is that still it? Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Okay, Joe. Then totally lost I had a Joe Biden moment. Hold on a minute. It'll come back to me. Maybe I just need my diaper changed.
JD Vance.
JD Vance. And
Self-made millionaire.
Self-made million. And the fact that he was a
There we go. Now you're on.
There we go.
Okay, here we go.
I was surprised to find out he was a never Trumper to begin with.
Yeah, he was very much anti-Trump.
Yeah.
To the point where he said he would never, ever support Trump. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
I have a lot more respect for people that will give you the reason why they were this, and then they came full circle and said, no, I believe in the person.
Yeah.
Because that took somebody that took thought, put their feelings aside and said, let's look at this logically. It's somebody that really analyzed the person. And I think if more people did that, we talked about that with Sean, as people are so ingrained, in their party, they're not willing to look at the candidate and say, you know what, I agree with him 90% of the stuff.
Yeah.
But no, they're going to vote for the guy they only agree 30% of because, he's got the letter I like behind his name.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with changing your mind. And after you learn more about somebody, and you're like, well, geez, I never looked at it from that angle, or I didn't know about that part of this. And it's evolution. You evolve your understanding of everything by gaining information.
It's funny. I was talking to a mutual friend of ours today, and he was saying that over the weekend he had a kind of a debate with one of his friends who's a big Biden supporter. And he laid the gauntlet out. He said, you tell me what Biden has done to make you want to vote for him. It's not Trump.
Yeah, that's what they all go to.
We put it out there on our Facebook. We put it out on Rumble. We put it out everywhere we can. If anybody who's listening to us can articulate a reason to vote for Biden, we will give you full reign of our podcast and we will let you articulate the reason why to vote for Biden. Not vote against Trump. I don't want to hear, oh, well, he's not Trump. He doesn't have orange skin. He doesn't have a bill. He didn't say that. Why should I vote for Biden? Give me policies, give me reasons, give me what his accomplishments are, and free reign. Yet nobody wants to come on here and do that.
No, because there's nothing to stand on. That's the problem. They're stuck in it's just not Trump, so I'm going to do this again. Even though Biden is destroying the economy, the country, letting, at this point, what is it, over 12 million illegal aliens into the country?
That shit's even more than that, but yes.
And some estimates are 22 million at this point. How do you really know?
We're gaining a city the size of New York every couple of years.
Yeah.
And uncontrolled immigration.
Yeah.
The size of New York City.
Yeah. And the Democrats want to say, oh, well, these people just want to come to a better living. Well, do it the legal way.
Well, they're coming here, and they're not learning English.
Nope.
A lot of them are not even getting jobs.
Yeah.
They're living off of our tax dollars.
They're getting more Social Security money than our seniors that actually need it. They get more than our military that has retired. Our veterans are very important.
Our veterans are the most important, actually.
Yeah,
they fought for everything for us.
They fought for everything.
Some gave everything for us.
Yeah. And they're not being taken care of. But we're going to let somebody else come in the country, and we're going to give them everything just so we can let them vote Democrat. And so they
you think that,
there's
how
two reasons. They're voting Democrat, and they're replenishing the population that's leaving because of the Democrat policies in all the big cities.
But how can that, Mike? How can that honestly be a reason why you would say that? Let me back up. How can you look at that and say that's a good idea?
Oh, it's not.
But how can Democrats take some of the people that are our biggest critics on our Facebook page? How can they reasonably say, hey, unfettered immigration, that's good? How can they say, hey, closing down hotels and putting immigrants in there, that's good?
Yeah.
Or we're going to hire 87,000 new IRS agents to go after people. How is that good? How can these people think this way? I don't understand how you can look at and think the government has all the solutions. And
they don't have any of the solutions. They are the problem.
But they think they do.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me RL? You know RL?
Okay.
You're going to tell me he doesn't think that anything that's being done is bad? He thinks it's all great.
Well, but he's another one that doesn't really have speak the accolades of Biden. He's just he's not Trump. Goes right back to that.
I just
that
don't
Trump
understand
derangement syndrome.
I have such a problem with it.
Yeah.
I have such a problem with it. I don't get it. Baffled. So how was your race this weekend? Who won?
The race this weekend was actually pretty good. Blaney actually won.
Was that like his 11th win of his career?
I think it's his 12th of his whole career, yeah. Yeah, because they were saying because he's number 12 and he got his 12th win.
Well, look at that.
Look at that. That was good. An exciting race.
Where'd they race?
They went around
Pocono, that's
Yeah.
right. You're such a freaking wise ass. I swear.
Oh, they were at Poconos.
Yeah, actually, a couple of our friends, Jeremy Connors was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty
who
cool.
else? My ex-boss went there, Mr. Dan Carey. So, yeah. I've been there once. I was there probably back in the mid-'90s. Wasn't one of my favorite tracks at the time.
Yeah.
Just too big. Being a tri-oval, spectator-wise, was very difficult to enjoy the track.
Yeah.
Because you would sit there in this grandstand and you're like, vroom, 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 they're going down in front of you. You see them fly by, then you see nothing because all the spectators. Then you see them in the back, the top part of your triangle, and then as they come back towards the front stretch, nothing because the whole crowd's in front of you. Yeah. And then it's like, vroom, 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 vroom. It's
yeah.
And in those days, they didn't have big jumbotrons like they have today, so it was like you missed a third of the race, which kind of sucked. But I heard it was a packed house.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go there someday. I mean, I've only been to Watkins Glen, but you don't go to Watkins Glen to watch the race.
No, you go to
You go
Watkins
for the
Glen.
party.
Speaking of which, we're actually thinking of doing a live podcast from Watkins Glen.
Yeah, that should be fun.
You notice how much we meander in our podcast?
Yeah. Well, this all has to do with the Vance thing. We're talking about a vice president here. I heard at one point he actually liked NASCAR. Does that make sense?
Well, Donald Trump did sponsor an Xfinity car.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did he really,
no,
or are you
no,
just making that shit up?
Do I ever make anything up?
Yes, you do.
As a matter of fact, it was, I believe, the number 47.
Okay.
Let me look this up.
Yeah.
Before I speak out of turn,
Okay.
I believe the Trump-Pence 2020 Trump
Not to be confused with Trump Vance. Trump Pence, Trump Vance. I see a.
sponsored race car. Because this is all Trump-sponsored race car. Well, here it is. It was the 47. Trump-Pence, Trump 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can really see that. I can tell. Well, you can
Yep.
zoom in. It was the Mike Harmon, driven by Joe Nemechek, the number 47 Mike Harmon Xfinity car, driven by Joe Nemechek, and that was at the Daytona race in February of 2020. So,
Wow.
of 19, I mean.
It's a nice little fun fact.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was there.
You were.
I was. I'm
Okay.
sure if I had the time and would scroll through the pictures, they probably had
Yeah.
a picture of me right next to the car.
Okay. Shaking Trump's hand.
No, just the car.
Okay.
I was like petting it.
Nice car. Nice car.
It was cool though.
Yeah.
If you've never been to a race, it's actually a pretty incredible thing to go and check out. So, what else? Anything good? What you got going on this weekend?
Not a whole hell of a lot. Just typical weekend stuff around the house. A little gardening, maybe a little canning. You never know.
Oh, what are you gonna
Yeah.
can? What are you gonna can, Michael?
Still pondering that thought. It's been a while since I've done it, and the season will be here before you know
I
it.
can't wait.
I know.
Actually, I want to do a canning video.
We do a lot of canning, do a lot of self-reliance things on that. And started doing it. I did it as a kid with my grandparents, and then got bitten by the bug to start again. And got Jason to come along doing it.
Yep.
And we both make everything from beef stew to chili, you name it. Italian roast beef.
Vegetables and
Yeah.
fruits canned
Yep.
and soups.
And with
Sauces.
everything the way it is these days and all these preservatives that are far from healthy for you, it's the best thing to feed your family.
So how was that nice huge roast beef I gave you the other day?
Oh my God, it was putrid. So Jason had a roast beef he didn't open. It was one of the ones in the big blister packs that you buy, the commercial size ones. And he gave it to me. 'Cause
I took it out of the freezer and it sat in my fridge for about 3 weeks, unfortunately.
He says, "Here, this might still be good. Would you like to try it?" So I opened it up, I held it, and I opened it, and I was like, I didn't even get it to my face. I could just smell how bad it was. I just closed it up, put it in plastic, tied it up, threw it right out.
Unfortunately, sometimes life gets in the way.
It does. Yep.
I was bummed. That was a nice piece of meat. I was gonna make. I originally bought that to make it. That was a nice piece of meat.
I was going to say something. about
Wow!
that.
I just
Wow.
screwed myself.
Is that how
when
you
I
talk
said
about
that.
all pieces of meat? Ooh, look at that.
What the fuck is wrong with
Okay.
you? So, anyways, we go to Restaurant Depot, and that's where we get a lot of our stuff to do canning.
Yeah.
And I had purchased this nice piece of meat
It's like a 10-pound piece.
to do beef jerky, because my wife loves beef jerky, and I just don't like it at all. So I make it for her, and she never got around to making it. I'm like, we'll make some Italian beef. That's one of my favorites. And if you guys haven't had our Italian beef, Mike's meat is good in your mouth.
Oh my God. The fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, Hey, I've seen you make your sausage.
You're off the deep end now.
I know it happens.
It's the Joe Biden coming out in you.
Anyways, but ended up not using it, and it was bad. Fun fact, because I love fun facts.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Michael loves to make sausage.
Okay.
And he makes an incredible, guys, makes an incredible corned beef sausage.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Reuben sausage.
Yes.
Good stuff.
That thing.
Good stuff.
The one time you came over, we made the sauerkraut.
I've got to find somebody that actually makes rye bread rolls, though.
Yeah, because we just grilled regular rolls. But man, that was good. I had dreams about that.
Wow.
I had dreams. I'm not going to go any further because it just sounds horrible, but that sausage was dreamy.
I don't want to know about what kind of Russian dressing was flying all over the place in these dreams. Just don't want to know.
Hell,
okay, let's change the subject now.
Russian. Listen, if it looks like Russian dressing, you should go to the doctors, okay? Because something's definitely wrong with you. But be that as it may, it was actually really, really good. And you made a Christmas sausage, was made with cherries,
with cranberries.
Yeah, that was delicious. Obviously, the Italian sausage and the breakfast sausage, but the blueberry one was really good.
Yep, blueberry breakfast sausage, apple breakfast sausage.
But one of my favorite ones was the pizza one you made.
Yes, that was a really good one too.
The pizza sausage.
Pizza sausage.
We could only get the casings to stay together.
Yeah, they do like to explode. Oh well. Okay.
Foreskin shoots apart.
Okay, now we're losing control here, folks. Losing control.
Anyways.
Okay.
But getting back to what we were originally talking about, we like to bust chops. You know that. That's why we decided to do this. Funny enough, so a little fun fact.
Another one. Okay.
Yeah. So, for all of you that don't know, Mike and I have been friends for probably, 10 years now?
Yeah, sounds about right.
About that. I hired Mike to work at my house, great contractor, and I think it was when you were doing my bathroom. No, the addition, the back addition of my house.
Yep.
And we just hit it off, became very good friends, and we get together at my house and we drink some beers and we chit chat, and friends would come over. We'd have roundtable discussions,
talking politics.
And I'm sure enough people of you guys that are on here are going to say, "Oh man, we've been there for those," or we participated in those. It was always a lot of fun, and we're like, "Oh, we got to do a podcast. We got to do a podcast." And for about a year and a half, we talked about it.
Yeah, it's about right.
And well, here we are. Doing what we love to do, busting chops,
stumbling our way through.
And busting chops. Actually, I think this is the most ad-libbed podcast we've done as of yet.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be political. Over here we are talking sausage. Just leave my meat out of this, will you?
And shooting 1,000 miles. But
boy.
we actually have some really cool ideas of what we want to do, and we hope that you enjoy everything that we do. Because we do enjoy doing this. I love Mike's company, and he's my best friend.
Well, thanks, sir.
Mike.
Feelings mutual. Just don't touch me there.
My hands are above the table.
Ooh.
Above the table.
There you go.
What else is going on? Nothing good?
I think that's about it.
And we lost our producer.
We did. Where'd our producer go? Hello.
I think he left.
Oh, maybe he did.
Well,
we're on our own.
I think he, yeah.
Okay.
He got a phone call, and he's like, oh.
And boom.
Maybe that Asian girl called him.
You never know.
That he was talking.
Let's keep these facts out of the podcast for him.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay,
Terrible.
my friends.
Folks.
It's been fun.
I don't quite know how we're going to sign off of this.
We're just going to say, till we meet again.
See ya.
And then we got to go turn the machine off.
Do you know how to do it, Mike?
Nope.
So move the mouse. That's right. Listen, it's right on there. Hit stop record. Just click the left mouse button. Stop record. Don't move it. See ya.
the hell is it? Stop recording.
The mouse is on it. Just hit the button. Oh, now you move back. Oh boy, what are you doing? No.
Well, you come over and do it. Because you have to edit that out of there.
Is he out there? We were great. We were free. Had a country that can't be beat.